Okay, so this story happened Sunday, 2 days ago. This is an amazing thing. It never happens. Okay, so how do I start? Get up pretty early in the morning. I'm at my mom's place in Montreal, right? The same neighborhood where I grew up. I mean, I know every rock and every door, pretty much. Nothing much has changed in the neighborhood. We're at my mom's place, and we have tickets to go to a banquet at the local parish hall. This is a big Italian church in Montreal. I don't know where you face it. Very big. And parish hall, underground. And that's where I had my first play when I was a kid. They used to go to dances on Saturday and all this stuff. Anyway, that's another life. A long time ago. So the same parish hall, we have this banquet. So you pay $40, and you go there, and you sit down at 12 o'clock after Mass. Like my mom went to Mass, and this friend of mine with me, and so we decided to go. Well, she went to Mass also, but I didn't. Right? Whatever. Doesn't matter why I don't. So they went to Mass, and I joined them afterwards at 12 o'clock after Mass, and I went downstairs to the banquet, right, with my mom. And my friend, let's call her G, that's what her name is. So the three of us are at this table where there's these friends of my mom. We've known her for a long time. And you know how these banquets are. I don't know if you've ever been to an Italian banquet. Anybody ever been to an Italian wedding? Okay, so you know more or less what's involved, right? This is the same, except it's for 200 people, and it's a banquet, right? You start at 12, and by the time the appetizer came around, there was one. There's the appetizer. And by the time the primo came, that's the pasta dish, it was 2. So of course, being a mathematician, you extrapolate very fast. It's going to be about 5 by the time we finish lunch. And we were serious. So I go to my mom and say, Mom, we're going to leave here at 5 because I don't think I can stand this place until 5 o'clock. She said nothing. My mother's like that. She says nothing, which means I'm stuck. Right? No matter how long it is, you're stuck there, son. Okay. So 5 o'clock. So anyways, we have these dishes. Around 4:30, they come by with these tickets. And one of the ladies sitting at our table, Amelia is her name, she comes by, she shows us these tickets for the door prizes. There's lots of really nice door prizes in the front, right? There's a big screen TV, there's bottles of wine, of course I had my eyes on that, and then all sorts of other stuff. So I figured, what the heck, you know. I take out my last $15 and I buy tickets, because I had no money left. And I took my sons out to the movies the night before, and they cleaned me, right? This is what happens when you're Italian. You pay for everybody, and they clean you out, and then you have no money. So, this is life. Anyways, that's what happens when you have kids, right? So here I am, I buy these tickets, I have no money left in my wallet, and my mom says, why don't you buy more? So I pull out my wallet, and I show my mom, Mom, I have no money left. Oh, okay. So we bought all the last tickets that we could buy. 20 tickets. So I figured the door prize is going to be around 5 o'clock, which is more or less right. We're having desserts around 5. Oh, but there's a part I missed. Oh, yeah. The part I missed. Okay. So let's stop there. Let me digress. Early that morning at 7 o'clock, I go out with Jean. We go out for a long walk around the neighborhood. And I show her these places, you know, where I used to go with the kid and all this stuff. And we stop at this park. And at this park, I sit down, because it's been about 2 miles, we walked about 2 or 3 miles at that point, to sit down, just to take a rest. And there's a squirrel looks at me. The squirrel comes around, he's a gray squirrel. He looks at me, and yeah, I don't have any food. You know, I need food. So it looks at me, and then it runs around this seat that I had, and as it's running around, and I swear this is what happened, right? It runs around, it stops, and it jumps up in the air, spins, and falls back down. For no reason whatsoever. Did you ever see a squirrel do that? You saw them do that? I never saw them do that. So the squirrel comes by, right? It runs around, and it stops in front of me, it jumps up in the air, spins, and falls down, right? And it does this 4 or 5 times. And it goes away. Wow, this is nuts. I've never seen a squirrel do this. Anyways, we keep walking, right? So that's the morning. Then there's the afternoon, and in the afternoon, so now I'm at 4 o'clock, we buy the tickets, and this draw comes by, right? So we start the draw. And as the draw starts, I see the people in the kitchen saying, you know, we have stuff to sell. Salamis and prosciutto and all the stuff that's left over from the lunch that they couldn't, you know, put in the meals. So we're selling off the rest of the stuff. So $3 for a salami, 6 inches, yeah, it's not, that's a really good deal. I mean, this is like rock bottom price for a salami, right? If you ever bought salami. So I go to the back with the little money that I had left at that point, because I hadn't bought the tickets at that point. You see, I forgot about that. I hadn't bought the tickets, so I buy a salami and a prosciutto and take it back, and I have $15 left to buy the tickets. Of course, I'm broke after that, right? So I have some salami for my boys, because I know they like this stuff. Okay. prizes start. And I'm sitting at this table thinking and talking to a lady across from me. Amelia was the one selling me the tickets. Her sister was there. And I told her sister, remember last year at this time, there was this table on the other side of the hall. And that woman won so many prizes. She says, yeah, she won a microwave, she won this and that. I said, this is crazy. How can people be so lucky, right? So we were thinking, yeah, how can people be so lucky? Anyway, you forget about that, right? So then she said, maybe it will be this side that will win this year. So I'm thinking, okay, see what happens. Prizes come out. The lady across from me, this is a table of 8, the lady across from me wins. She runs out, gets this big box of pastene products, right? There's tuna, there's all sorts of stuff in it, tomato paste, whatever. All pastene, right? She gets this. And no salami. Because what the kitchen did is with the stuff that wasn't sold, they brought it up to the front, and the guys decided, the MC decided to add the salami, the prosciutto, with a bottle of wine, right? Because they had all this extra stuff that people hadn't bought. But she didn't get the salami, because it was at the discretion of the MC who got the salami and the prosciutto, right? The MC decides, because he doesn't know who else to give it to. So she gets this big box of pastene stuff, and then that's it. All of a sudden, the lady next to her, Amelia's sister, also wins. But she wins a gift certificate for something or other, I forget what it was exactly. This is really crazy. We're actually winning stuff at this table. So I'm clapping and talking about salamis, right? Italians love talking about salamis in different ways. So we do this. So everybody understands what we're talking about. And we're thinking, we're not going to get a salami today, right? I mean, this table is just not going to happen. The guy calls out a number. And I'm listening to this number, and I thought, geez, that number sounds familiar. Look at my ticket. Sure enough, I have a winning ticket. First time in 50 years that I win something, a door prize. First time in 50 years, I have a winning ticket. I go up to the guy, I say, look, check this number. He checks it. Yeah, it's a winning ticket. So the guy says, hey, here's a gift certificate. So $25 for Cortina shoes on Saint Laurent Street, which my mom always buys her shoes. So it's terrific, right? And the lady next to me says, it's only going to pay the tax. I said, it doesn't matter. My mom, it doesn't matter whether it pays the tax only, because it's $25. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is incredible. Maybe I'm going to win again. So everybody laughs, right? So the draw goes on. Second time, a number comes out. And I think to myself, nice, can't be my number. Check. And a number again. I won again. Second time, I go up and the guy says, you again? I said, yeah, I mean, what's the problem? He says, no, it's okay, you must be a lucky guy. So he gives me another gift certificate, but this time he hands me a salami and a prosciutto. So I go to the back and I'm walking back to my seat and I go, finally I got the salami! And everybody breaks out laughing, right? Because they're all Italian, you know what I mean. So they're all Italian, hey, you got the salami, finally! Yeah, great. Okay, so I sit down. I think, this is incredible. Twice! I win twice. Not only do I win once in 50 years, but twice in 50 years. It's the first time ever, right? And I sit down and I'm all happy. I give the gift certificate to my mom again, right? So that she can use it. And then it goes on out. It's about 5:45, and there's only a few prizes left. I'm thinking, this is great. Thank God my mom told me to stay, right? Because then we wouldn't have won anything if I'd left earlier. Out comes another number, and I think to myself, this is impossible. But it does, because I memorized the list, right? I just memorized the list of numbers. And I thought, this sounds like another number. So I pull it up. Sure enough, it's another number. I look at everybody. Everybody's looking at me. Because they're all thinking he's going to win again, right? And I stand up and I go, oh no! And everybody goes, oh no! And I turn off, and I walk up sheepishly to the guy and I say, is this the winning number? He says, yeah. He says, you're a professor, right? This tells me this in front of 200 people. I said, yeah, how do you know? He says, your mother. She tells everybody you're a professor. So, you know what I mean? So, I go, yeah. He said, you're from Ottawa. I said, yeah. You go to church on Sundays. I said, holy smokes, what do I say now? My talents. If I say no, you're not going to give me the prize. So I say, sometimes. It's true, sometimes. She says, you should go to church all the time. So I say nothing, right? Because whatever I say at this point, I'm dead. Right? It's at this discretion whether to get the salami or not. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my boys are hungry. I need salamis for my boys.
My boys, they're like 30 years old.
So he hands me this other point, because I won't go back to my seat and I sit out and they got these 3 salamis and we're all waiting for the big screen TV, the last one. I won 3 times in the same sitting. It's unbelievable. It's never happened to me. So of course from day one, I'm starting to buy lottery tickets now, right? Thinking maybe I'll get lucky, right? so here comes the big screen TV. And I'm thinking, nah, this is too much. There's no way I'm going to win the big screen TV. I mean, what are the chances of winning 3 times in a lottery of 200 people? Not many, you know. So, big screen TV. The draw comes. And I look at my ticket, and it's not my ticket. And I'm thinking, who's going to win the big screen TV? The MC himself won the big screen TV. And everybody went, fixed. It's impossible. How can that happen? This is look, really, you saw me pull the ticket out. Yeah, but how do we know you have the ticket up your sleeve or something? Who knows, right? So everybody got all upset, you know. And this is really what happened. I mean, I won 3 times. This is just on time. I won 3 times. This is the first time ever in my life that I won 3 times. But the story around it with the salamis was so funny. And if you'd been there, it would have been incredible, right? Everybody laughing, everybody was dancing for 5 hours. We did this. And that's it.